Once players have taken turns drafting their team of 3 from the 10 available characters, they'll place them top, middle, bottom, and then write out their starting health, which is also their max health, on a mini whiteboard or piece of paper. Now, for the purposes of this video, we're going to assume that people are sitting on opposite sides of the table to one another, and we're going to orient the cards so they're all visible like this. So there's a top team and a bottom team, but they're also positioned left, middle, right, which will become important as you'll see in a moment. So the top team gets first attack because they got to choose their characters second. So this team gets to spend up to 10 energy performing any combination of attacks. So it doesn't matter what combination, whether they all come from the one character or whether they spread it out over 3 characters, they've got a maximum of 10 energy. And the cost for that is written along the bottom here on every card, you can see. So Mel might do something like Splatterpult. And this deals 96 damage to the main target and 48 to any characters beside the main target. So if you're targeting someone, you probably want to target Big Snack, because Big Snack would lose 96 and then has 2 players beside, which would lose 48. If you targeted Sammy with this attack, Sammy would lose 96 and only Big Snack would lose 48 because Don is not next to Sammy. So you'd only damage 2 of the 3 characters. Now, you could use this attack twice and spend 8 energy on it, and then you have 2 energy remaining. So if we did that, we'd end up doing, and it's better to do this, do the whole calculation at the end rather than doing it in parts and doing multiple calculations. So here, we're going to lose 96 health from Don if we do it twice, 96 from Sammy, and double this, so 192 away from Big Snack. Now, if we have our subtraction strategies, then this could be much easier than if we didn't. So if I'm subtracting 96 from Don, I'm going to take 100 and then add 4. So Don will end on 704 here. Big Snack's going to end on taking away 200 and then adding 8, so 708. And Sammy is going to end on 654. Now, the top team still has 2 energy left to spend. So they can do that in 2 ways. They could use Bunchy's Grapes of Wrath attack, which increases in value every time you use it. So it starts by doing 7 damage, then 14, then 21, then 28, and all the way to the last. If you used it 10 times in the one turn, the last attack would be worth 70. So it's probably worth saving until you can do all 10 because the last couple are way more powerful than the first couple of attacks. So what we might do instead is actually use Mel to spit seeds in someone's eyes. And that only costs 1 energy. And once 3 seeds get accumulated in one character's eyes, that character can't act. It can't make a move. So Don's pretty powerful. So we do 2 seeds in Don's eyes. And once we get a 3rd in Don's eyes, the bottom team will need to spend 3 of their energy on a turn to remove those seeds before Don can attack. You can leave them there, but before Don attacks, that's what you need to do. So now it's the bottom team's turn. And Big Snack's Let's Go Harveys is a pretty powerful attack, especially at the start of the game. So we're going to use that and pay 6 energy. So that halves the current hit points of any opponent. And we're going to probably use it on Mel because Mel's got the most health. So Mel goes down to 500 in one shot. And we've got 4 energy left to spend. Now, Worm Leech costs 2. So if we use that twice, this is a good attack to spend all of our energy. Because if we decided to do something for 3, we'd be left over with 1 energy that we couldn't spend. So we're going to do Worm Leech. And what this is, it attacks an opponent for 50 and then gains 30 for the ally in the same position. So if you're on full health, you wouldn't use it. So if I'm attacking Bunchy for 50, Don gets 30 of the health sucked out of that. And if I use it twice, Bunchy's going to lose 100 and Don's going to get 60. So I'm going to do that. If I'd used it here, Mel would lose 50 and Sammy would gain 30 for every time I did that. But I think we'll try to keep Don alive and do it that way. So Don is going to gain 60 because I'm going to use it twice. And then Bunchy's going to lose 2 lots of 50, which is 100. So it goes down to this. All right, and now it's back up to the top team's turn. And so the top team might cuddle Mel because Mel's important to keep alive. So we'll cuddle Mel, give her extra 66 health. So that's used 3 energy so far. We've got 7 left to spend. Now we could do major surgery with that 7, which is rearranging the digits of an ally's health. So this would become 665. but that's not a huge gain for spending so much energy. So we might decide to do something else. You can end the game after a certain time, and the winner is the player who's knocked out the most of their opponent's characters. If that's a draw, the team with the most overall health wins. Otherwise, you can play until one team has knocked out all 3 of their opponent's characters. This may take up to a whole period, but the kids will be doing a whole bunch of cool maths in the process.